The long awaited Five Nights at Freddy's movie released a little over a year ago, leaving some new lore for us to dissect. Obviously, this being the FNAF fandom, pretty much everything else has been covered by the other channels, so I'm here to go over what we already know. I'm here to talk about how some of this lore is a little strange, specifically the parallels, which is a common word in this fandom ever since the books. So I'm here to talk about the various parallels to different characters in this movie to the book characters and game characters. By the way, I'm just gonna go into this assuming you've seen the movie and are familiar with it, so this video is made with that context. Starting with the Schmidts. There are 5 main members of the Schmidt family, all the kids being pretty obvious parallels to the game characters. We have our main character and oldest brother, Mike, little brother Garrett, and little sister Abby. Sound familiar? Yeah, it's pretty much a one-to-one parallel with the Afton family from the games. Mike paralleling well with, Mike. Garrett parallels Cece, and Abby Elizabeth. The actions of these characters also line up pretty well to the games in their own way. The older brother was ordered to take care of their little brother and ends up getting them killed. One just a little more malicious, we'll put it that way. Even Abby has one, both her and Elizabeth almost being stuffed inside a suit resembling a little girl. Well, not almost for Elizabeth. The only thing not lining up exactly is the parents, of course, since both are dead and William is a separate character in the movie. Speaking of William, let's go over the Afton family in the movie. As far as we know, there's only 2 members this time, William and Vanessa. William doesn't really need any parallels since, it is just William, but you can count his fake identity Steve Raglan being a parallel to him doing the same in the Silver Eyes novel under the name Dave Miller. Vanessa, on the other hand, is a bit weird. She's already a game character, Vanessa from Security Breach, but with the FNAF 1 gang this time. Also, like Vanessa from the games, she's similar to Elizabeth with the green eyes, which we know is very important. Others have also drawn parallels to game Mike and Vanessa, both being children of William trying to stop the actions of their father. So with Vanessa introducing the idea of multiple parallels for one character, let's go over the pair I skipped over when talking about the Schmidt brothers, with possible disastrous implications. So we already went over the whole deal with Mike and Garrett. One out of 2 siblings was kidnapped by William Afton and was murdered. Now let me explain to you the basic plot of the Silver Eyes novel trilogy. Children of Henry, Emily, Sammy, and Charlie were playing at Fredbear's one day as children, and Sammy was kidnapped and murdered by Afton wearing a Spring Bonnie suit. Sounds familiar, right? Well, let me finish that Silver Eyes recap. So it was actually Charlie who was kidnapped and killed by Afton instead of Sammy. This caused Henry to go into a mental breakdown, not being able to handle the death of his daughter, so naturally he built 4 different robot versions of his daughter, each robot a different age to replace his dead daughter. While finishing the 4th one, he realized how messed up this was. He quit, told his sister to burn down the house and get rid of the Charlie bots, and programmed an endoskeleton to kill him, getting rid of all of this. Unfortunately, Charlie's aunt didn't do that and saved the teenage Charlie bot, raising her as a normal girl. Now, I'm not saying this means William Afton actually kidnapped and killed Mike instead of Garrett, causing his father to build 4 robot versions to replace his dead son until killing himself after realizing how insane this all is. But I'm also not saying this means that William Afton actually kidnapped and killed Mike instead of Garrett, causing his father to build 4 robot versions to replace his dead son until killing himself after realizing how insane this all is. If this is the direction the movie franchise ends up going in, I don't know. I don't think it is, since Matthew Lillard has said how great the script is, which I don't think is something he would say if they set up Mike Bot in the sequel. I'm not saying it couldn't work in the movies, but it would be very challenging and quite strange for general audiences considering how relatively grounded the first movie was. I can only hope Scott is only going to use that first part of the Silver Eyes lore and not all the robot kid stuff. We already know we have plenty of that in FNAF. Hello, thank you for watching to the end of this video. New start for this channel. That was my dog, sorry about that. He's on the floor. So yeah, new video on a basically wiped clean channel, new assets and everything. Hoping you guys liked it. I know it was quite short, and I'm hoping to get some longer videos in, but I don't know what to talk about. FNAF, Five Nights at Freddy's, presumably. Some other indie horror stuff, like Little Nightmares, I love that, Bendy and the Ink Machine, stuff like that. So, expect some videos and stuff. That's what YouTube channels are for. I don't know what else to say. Just thank you for watching, giving me a chance. Alright, goodbye now. I will start editing this video. Bye-bye.